Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today on Tallidus Plays, we are starting a new character in a new server on the Gangs of Louisville Discord. And this server, or the season of the server I should say, is Wild West themed. So we are going to be in the Rootin' Tootin' Wild West on a fully custom map with a lot of mods. This is still on build 41, but there are a whole lot of mods to help sort of immerse us in this Wild West idea. And I have already joined a gang, so the idea is Gangs of Louisville. So all the players have pretty much formed up into these gangs, or maybe you should call them posses, considering that we are in the Wild West. And we are in the Echo Mine Workers Union. So backstory is basically that we are a group of miners, coal or gold or silver, what have you. And we have struck out west to basically, make our own way and defend people against harsh working environments or, bad bosses, things of that nature. So we're sort of a, workers' rights kind of concept is the backstory for our gang. And there's a lot more to it than that, but that's sort of the Cliff Notes version. So having said all that, we are going to pick an appropriate occupation here. Now, again, it's Wild West themed, but there are still going to be vehicles and things of that nature because it is still Project Zomboid. So the idea is the Wild West sort of just informs more of the roleplay and some of the weaponry. So basically we're looking at mostly non-automatic weapons, so semi-automatics or revolvers, things of that nature. If you find any automatic weapon with a magazine, you're supposed to turn it in for basically a bounty. It's sort of an illicit weapons bounty is what they're saying. So here we are a park ranger. We are overweight, slow healer, prone to illness, weak stomach, sensitive digestion, and a slow reader. But we have a high pain threshold. We have cat eyes, we're dexterous, we're an outdoorsman, keen hearing, we're stout, and we are a sharpshooter as well. So these are all of our bonuses and perks. Not a bad way to start a game of Zomboid. Alright, character creation complete. Let's jump in to the Wild West. Oh wait, our glasses. Would we have glasses in the Wild West? Yeah, they have glasses. We'll do that. Alright, and here we are. This is, I think, the Rusty Rifle Saloon. Howdy. Oh, I gotta fix my voice over here. Give me a minute. Okay, hopefully that didn't trigger any sort of copyright claims there, but we'll hop on out, and looks like we are already in the mix of things. So the green area, I believe, means it's a safe zone. Yes, that is the Rusty Rifle, and we already have the atmosphere of the Wild West. And you can see some burnt out vehicles here. I'm going to move a little bit further away from that music there. Already starting to get a little bit of a rain. Now we know where our friends are, the Echo Mine Workers Union, so that's where we're going to try to get to. That's our main goal for the episode 1 today. Very first episode. But I need to check my voiceover real quick. Check, check. There we go. Now we can talk to other players. And here we are in the Wild West. So again, totally custom map. Quite a bit of mods. And we know... Wow, this is big. Okay. It's all the way out to BH60. Oh my goodness. Okay, well... Arguably about the same size as the real Zomboid map, or the original one. Okay, so we have the Sheriff's Office, the Clinic, the Rusty Rifle. I don't really know if there's much to do in town as far as looting goes. I presume a lot has been looted already, so we're going to probably just strike out into the wilderness proper. We are going to grab a little bit of food here. Almond milk. Maybe a weapon would be ideal. I'm not really trying to plow through other people's things. We'll grab a pencil for the map. We can make notes accordingly. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on in here, so we're going to probably just strike out. Again, this is the blue zone, is considered a blue town appropriately. I have a vague idea of where our base is. It's somewhere to the north and a little bit to the west, so that's where we're going to try to go. Okay, this driving rain is not the most helpful thing, but it is what it is. I think there are also bicycles, so maybe we'll poke around, see if we can't find a bicycle to use. There's also these cool, like, outcrop areas. You see that? I think that's a mine shaft in there. But as you can tell, sparse vegetation. Some palm trees, but otherwise not much going on in the way of plant life. Which again makes sense for the Wild West. This is the church. Yeah, we're coming up on the church here. Oh, of course I gotta toss on my cowboy hat here. There we go. Now we're feeling better. And we're gonna call this a stagecoach. Just read that magazine, see if they got anything on the inside. No, not really. Okay. There we got a graveyard appropriately enough, and this is the church area. See if anybody's in here. Maybe somebody could bless us in our future travels, who knows? Graffiti on the church, I don't know how the graffiti got put there, but... interesting. A radio. I guess it's the late 1800s, there could be a radio. Also seems like this is a claimed area, can't walk into. Curious. Okay. Musical, interesting. Okay, well, what do you know? All right. I think we go a little bit further out. Let me do a little check here since we're still in the same area. Oh my. Okay, we have quite a bit of a jog, it looks like, so we're gonna have to get to it. They have like a nice environments tag. That's kind of cool. Definitely a different vibe. This feels like almost an entirely different game right now than Zomboid. Take a little break from jogging here. Let's do a little bit of a walk. And we have the almond milk, which should help us with thirst and hunger, so that's nice, but not really sitting on a ton of stuff. Again, we have our skills here. We're former park rangers, the occupation. Got slow heal. Oh, you know what I never got was a weapon, and here come some zombies. I did not think that through. Okay, we might have to stomp some of these and see what happens. Probably should have stuck around in the starter town a little bit longer. See if my strength can't shove these guys over and do some stomping action here. Knock off all their bandanas. This is not good. I don't think that multi hit on. Oh! Scratch. Okay, we might be okay there. Just a scratch, just a scratch. We can probably survive that. Gotta rip some socks, though. Bandage this up before it gets too rough. I think we need to circle back to the main village, though. This is not a good idea. Well, maybe we can run through. Let's see here. Yeah, let's run back to the main village for now. This is a little too much to deal with. It's also getting dark, so that's not even less ideal. Oh, is that a motorcycle? Can you get on this? work though. It is not gassed up right now. Okay. Duly noted. When they mentioned bikes, they might have been talking about motorcycles. Alright, well hopefully that scratch doesn't lead to something worse, but we'll keep an eye out for that. Our noodles will inform us if we are about to turn into a zombie. Yes, I do not feel confident in our abilities with no weapons and no provisions other than a jug of almond milk. So, on that note, we're going to drink about a quarter of this. Go. Not thirsty anymore. Do a little bit more jogging here. Again, we can handle quite a bit of pain, thanks to one of our other noodles, which is the high pain tolerance, the high pain threshold. I'll try to kill this guy at least. Okay, well, you know what? He almost got me again. So, maybe they're a little bit craftier, these zombies? I don't know. I feel like I usually have a bit more leeway. Okay, did he get me? No. No protection, though. We gotta get something here. Wear these socks, since we tore our last socks up. And I don't know if gold has any value, but we'll grab it for now. This is the Wild West. You assume gold has some sort of, you know, some sort of worth. Alright, and I say we gotta loot this town properly before we go anywhere else. So let's check out a few of these houses. Let's see, I might grab a few more, we know there's some food items in here, so we'll grab a couple more of those. Some medicine wouldn't be the worst thing ever. These pants. It looks like he tore my shirt. That's a hole in my shirt. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Well, we got lucky there. If he tore a hole in it, he probably would have bit it. Electronics magazine, we'll read that. Put it back. Fresh bowl of mashed potatoes. I mean, sure. Grab this. We'll eat this grapefruit. Grab the mashed potatoes, and you know what? We'll grab the maple syrup too, because who doesn't like maple syrup? I guess it's a little bit of pain. I think we overate. Yeah, a little tummy ache, but nothing terrible there. Switch out our bandage. Again, I think the water is out as well, so we're not going to have water readily available. Keep that in mind. Canned bacon, canned vegetables, and chicken broth. Grab all that. We need to make a bag, so I think we can maybe craft a sheet bag here. Let's see. We need like wool sheets, cloth filter. Is it a sack? Maybe a sheet. Quite a few crafting categories, so I'm gonna definitely get familiar with all these. Okay, well, maybe not a sheet bag in this one. That might be a build for two thing. That's okay. Here into this house. Again, this is a fairly new server, so we actually might get lucky with some loot. I don't think people scoured it necessarily. Is this bike gassed up? Oh, no key. Tent kit. That's not a bad thing to have. Any way to like look under the hood though, the motorcycle? Let's see, vehicle mechanics. There we go. Gotta right click it. I see. Out of gas, okay. It's a Zarly. Not a Harley, this is a Zarly. Copyright. Ooh, chef knife. That is a weapon, and we will take it. That's something. We need something a little beefier, though, if we're going to survive for long. Let's look through these houses here. Let's see what we got. Check our wound. Okay, not terrible right now. We don't want to get too much more combat if we can avoid it. Curious guitar. That doesn't look like a guitar I've ever seen. And I do apologize in advance. There's going to be a significant amount of probably Westworld references that I make, and maybe even Back to the Future Part 3 when they went to the West. So I apologize in advance. Ooh, a bolo tie. Can I wear that? Gotta really set my character off. Yeah, let's wear that for sure. I like it. Okay. Farm and ambition. We're not that stable yet. Eventually we will, but you know, how fast do I read? I think I picked slow reader, but most multiplayer servers, they make you read faster because it's just not feasible to have a character like slowly read through everything. So let's check. It's like rap music, that's funny. Oh, I like country music, that's appropriate. I think... I thought I picked slow reader, maybe not. Huh. Oh yeah, slow reader, I did, okay. Well, either way, we read pretty fast for a slow reader, so I'll take it. Let's check out a few more places here. Again, we need weapons, and have some garbage bags too. We might use these for actual storage if we can't find a better bag. Look how these palm trees sway, that's a nice touch. Again, these kitchens and houses have been blown out, looks like. Well, looks like people might have deconstructed the door, or possibly a horde of zombies have just wiped through the town. We're going to grab an eraser since we have a pencil. Erase marks that we make on our map. And again, I think this server is going to be running for quite some time, so keep that in mind. Fine pointy shoes, alligator skin. Okay. Let's see. Are these better? They're the same. I do like the alligator skin though. Let's see. Hey now. Those are fancy shoes. Bulky suit jacket. We'll wear that. Okay, it's starting to come together. Do we have a better shirt to wear? I guess we do. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's throw everything else in here. Rain is starting to let up finally. So now it's just back to the usual, you know, dystopian windstorm. What tarnation is this? Rotten fries. What's a fry? Right. I mean, silverware. Not really. Ooh, you know what? We'll grab at least one of these griddle pans. Slightly better condition. Yeah, we'll grab. This might be my new go-to weapon. Not as good damage-wise, but it's something. Just need something we can whack zombies with without immediately shattering on impact, so that's the idea. Herbalist magazine, definitely read that. Fun. Grab some sheets. Bag. And I do acknowledge we are getting pretty close to kind of full up on our inventory. Do I not have the ability to? I don't think they have that. Not seeing anything for sheets. 42 is the option. Build 42, they have a thing where you have like 3 or 4 sheets. You can craft a sheet bag, sort of just like a little sling bag that gives you a little options. Better than a trash bag, basically. Don't like how that keeps going back after select a few in a row. Alright, well, let's keep moving. Again, right now there's not a lot of players online. I checked when I first joined in the server today. I'm kind of playing on a bit of an off time. Sort of by design. Ooh, violin. That's kind of cool. Let's wear these jeans, actually. These are better. Yeah. Okay, we'll ditch the pants there. Again, we are primarily looking for zombie defense. Ooh, gold wristwatch. Let's wear that. It's the character, and now we have the luxury of seeing what time it is, which is always a benefit. Let's see here. I need to... Yeah, okay, so we're getting close there. Let's check our wound. Dirty again. Switch this out. Sheets. It's not bleeding anymore, which is good. It should get dirty less quickly. It's the sheriff's office right there. Hopefully we won't be interacting with them too often. Again, we are technically a gang or a posse, but we are, you know, we're one of the good guys. We're the Echo Miners Workers Union, so we, you know, trying to empower workers all around the Wild West here. So that's our backstory, at least. Yes, we'll be doing the riveting early game book reading, but we'll put these books back where we found them. Since these are all Volume 1, I'm sure other people would like to read them. So we'll read all of these and then toss them back on the shelf. I don't know what this little exclamation point icon implies. Definitely read carpentry. Carpentry is going to be very useful in this playthrough, I believe. Well, we didn't necessarily specialize in it. I think it'll level up pretty quickly because we're going to be helping... no, I guess we do have one level in carpentry, probably from being a park ranger. That's something. But yeah, it's going to really help with building most of the bases and things like that. Oh, empty notebook. We'll grab that because that might help for our... salsa dancing, okay. Again, our base setup is going to be largely... My shoes look crazy with the jeans on now. I keep our eyes out for different shoes. Alright, what do we have here? A VHS. Never heard of such a thing. Just a lonely cowboy with a fistful of almond milk, which is totally a cowboy thing. I know we're going to take another sip of this, drink another quarter of our quart here. Okay. Griddle pans. I'm not going to grab a ton of those because it's not the best weapon. It's not terrible though. Griddle pan has got me through many a first week of Starter Zone. Well, maybe not a first week, but at least the first day. So the idea is, with our particular gang, we're not trying to be like the worst guys in the neighborhood, but we sort of play by our own rules. So. Classic sort of anti-hero speak, but that's the idea. It's a totally abandoned area. Going in here. Okay. Let's just stairs in the back, though. Let's see what's upstairs. Locked door. Get a screwdriver and a hammer. We could probably disassemble that and see what's inside. Ooh, a lot of zombies. Coming over the fence? They are coming over the fence. Not ideal. We're gonna run away from that altogether. Looks like somebody was... Oh, this could be bad. Hold on, we gotta get out of here. Okay, yeah, they are migrating through, looks like. Let's go upstairs. Don't think they actually saw me directly, so... I think this whole block is... abandoned. Yeah, I'm not seeing much going on here. Got that spray can. That might come in handy. We'll see. If and when we ever try to actually do some agriculture, that would come in handy. But again, that's a long-term game thing for a very short-term play style. I like how there's the chimney here. Looks like the remnants of an outdoor kitchen, or a separate kitchen, which has since burned down. We're gonna run away because the zombies saw me. Looks like they're using the bales of hay to block the doors. So that's an interesting little side strategy. This is a nice little shack. Frying pan. Grab that. Baking soda. Okay, well, let's see. We need to get rid of something here. Get rid of some of these dirty rags. The rest we'll consume as we need. Do yoga? Huh, I like it. Okay, well, can we rest? And then... that's really all we need to do right now. We have that tent kit if we need to use it somewhere out in the wild. But I think at this point we are set up enough to try to make a trek here. Let's switch our bandage one more time. Fortunately, we are also out of clean sheets. We can rip those full sheets, though, to make more ripped sheets, so that shouldn't be an issue. Let's check our map, and yeah, I think we're ready to venture out. I guess actually, let's go, well, north we know this is a fence, and there's zombies all the way through here, so I think we're gonna jump back on the road. Again, for this episode, we are simply trying to get to our base, which I have a vague idea of where it's located. We just haven't seen it specifically yet, so... that is our main goal. You know what we could do is something a little cheeky. We're going to try to... ooh, somebody's got a motorcycle over here. Can I get on this? No key, no options. Okay. Let's have another swig of our almond milk. Actually, that is good for thirst. We're going to have some mashed potatoes. Yeah. So we'll eat a quarter of our mashed potatoes for now. Does that make this lighter? 1.80? Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Alright, we're just going to trek through the desert proper here. We could go along the road, but I think since we're on foot, we might as well just strike out. I think we'll go directly northwest here. We should at least approach another area I saw on the map earlier. Hopefully it doesn't storm on us. Again, it looks like it's 7:10 p.m. local Wild West Zomboid time. Now we at least have a couple weapons. We have our trusty chef knife, we have a griddle pan and a frying pan, so I'm sort of a cowboy Bobby Flay over here. We're not going to pick fights if we can avoid them, so we'll let the random shamblers just kind of shamble on by. On this one we might have to kill. It's right in our way. Let's see how the chef knife holds up in combat. We're going to try not to use it any more than necessary. Let's see, that's not a bad cowboy hat, actually. Kind of like the white one, though, that we have. Leave all In the old cowboy code, you can pick white hat or black hat. You know, for now, we're going to consider ourselves a white hat. You know, we're not trying to fight other players as of yet. Just trying to get to our gang's little hideout up here. Looks like we're coming up on a little side road here. Yeah, looks like next to a mine. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, I think let's go this way. Oh, yep, here we go. Looks to be an outpost of some kind. Nice little fortified position. I like the exterior wall. I'm sure it's locked. Barricaded. Is this wall hoppable? No, it's not. Okay. There's a garage over here. Let's check this out. Ooh, is that a pipe wrench? Yes, I will be taking that for sure. We got a random zombie here trying to get in, but let's take care of him. Looks like we got metal sheets up on the windows, so that's not a bad idea. Oh, he transformed. Oh, this is Everyman. At least Everyman's corpse. Okay. Oh, R.I.P. Good sir. We hardly knew ye. No gas in this one either. Interesting. A lot of motorcycles, but no gas in any of them. Let's take a peek in the garage here. Let's just see what we got. Okay, some metal bar. Oh, somebody just busted through a window. I don't think a Louisville map will help much in this particular playthrough, but who knows. Oh, this whole compound is still open. I see. I can run through it. We've got this area is claimed. Oh no, that's just glass. Okay, so we can kind of go. This is like a hacienda. I like it. Okay. Not a whole lot going on in terms of lootability. Not seeing anything worth really over encumbering myself anymore. Still carrying a little too much. Gotta keep that in mind. Use another swig on my almond milk. Almost out of this entirely. Ooh, a Remington 700 and a long trench coat. Okay. You know, 30-06. Wear this trench coat. I think we might be picking up this Remington. Again, if it was a player's rifle, I don't think they would have left it right here. So I think we're going to consider that just a lucky grab. Although we are starting to take damage from wearing way too much gear, so let's drop some stuff. Suit jacket. What else can we get rid of here? It's 30-06 rounds. Really good condition. Ring in there. Movement speed reduced. This is not ideal. Let's do just eat the rest of these potatoes. This might help out. Oh, that's rifle is heavy. I guess it would be 5.6 kilo. Okay, so let's throw this on the back. And then now we're back to fairly heavy load. That's okay, we can handle that. Oh, you know what we need to do is place this bandage. So let's grab one of our sheets and we'll shred that up. Okay. Ooh, infected. That's not good. So that doesn't necessarily mean zombie infection. That just means that the wound itself has been infected, which you know, makes sense. It's the Wild West. You'll hear me say that quite a bit during this season. So hopefully it becomes a little bit more obvious as we go. I don't think there's going to be much alcohol. At least not any alcoholic wipes. We might find some bourbon we can pour on the wound to help disinfect it, but for now, we're just going to deal with it. And we are a slow healer already as is, so keep that in mind. Some bookshelves, tailoring, trapping, we already know that. Trapping book, farming, salsa dance, okay, well, that's fun. Alright, well, I think we're good here. Let's head on out. And again, my apologies if this is somebody's hideout that they have yet to actually claim. I don't really know what the deal is, but if that was my gun, I would have kept it on character or hidden it much better, so I don't feel too bad about taking it. If I can find any sort of medicine, that would be great, but again, it's the Wild Wild West, so medicine is probably not going to be a super common thing to find. We're just going to run past that zombie for now. And I think, let's see, we're going to keep making our way towards where I think our actual group's base might be. This was not it. This was just a random place. Already leveling up, that's sprinting as night falls. It's 10 p.m. local Zomboid time. Let's see here. Okay. I think I have a vague idea where to go. It's going to be a bit of a trek though, so this might turn into something of a time lapse if not a lot happens between here and there. But hopefully we find there sooner than later. We are unpleasantly hot. So I might have to drop some clothes here. We'll see. Swig of our delicious almond milk. This is the last of it. Drain the carton here. I can see a road up ahead. We'll follow that road. There's some potatoes. Zombies up here, we're gonna avoid those. It is nighttime now, get the moon out. There's a motorcycle up ahead. Likely out of gas, but we'll try. And I am excessively exerted, okay. let's see, can I... So implying that there's a key. Probably been hot-wired. Yeah. Then go in there, it's likely out of gas. Am I able to do vehicle mechanics? Is your warp panel? No, don't need that options yet. Okay. You know, we could put up a tent, but we have no real safe area to do so. Why don't we put it up around this corner here? Because there's zombies over there, but I'm hoping that they just stay in that vicinity. It looks like a log, actually. Somebody cut a tree down. Sacrilege. Yeah, oh, there's some random construction going on over here. We'll leave that be for now. I don't know who that is. Let's put up our tent. Okay. And now we should be able to rest in the tent. Not an option. Take down tent. Let's see, let's go to no search focus, and we'll do a little bit of investigating here, just to see what we see. These rocks are interesting. They actually do slow you down. You gotta kind of walk over them. Sort of like walking through a shrub, I guess, or a bush. What do we have here? Is there a quick way to grab these? Foraging. Pick up black sage. Okay. Mild pain relief. Okay, interesting. So while we are foraging, we can... Oh. Okay, that's just wood. Yeah, it's just a log. We're going to discard that for now. Swing by here just to see what's going on. I don't know if this is a bunch of pipe wrenches and stuff on the ground, but... Screwdrivers. Pipe wrench, hammer, screwdriver, a lot of things interesting. You know, folks, I'm not too big to avoid a hammer when I see one, so we're gonna grab that, throw it on the belt. So that's just, you know, and a screwdriver. Just gonna grab one of each. That'll come in handy. I've got plenty of other options though, so we'll leave all that to them. Do need to ditch something else though. We got way too much loaded down on us here. Maybe we'll get rid of the griddle pan. Yeah, let's get rid of the griddle pan. We'll just drop that. And can we drink some broth? Drink a quarter. This will be our new almond milk. Just drinking cartons of liquids here to get things started in the Wild West. Okay. Kind of looping all the way back to the tent here. Alright. Disable search mode. There we go. Alright, let's pick the tent back up. Back on our way. So we have our tent kit, hammer, pipe wrench, screwdriver, broth. Not doing too bad right now. See how our wound looks. Dirty again. Let's switch this out. rag. Keep on moving here. So again, we have high exertion, we can barely jog, so we're just going to kind of do a pleasant little walk here. And if I'm correct, there should be another town up ahead, somewhere to the east of here. So we'll keep walking and trying it out. I might have to find a pit stop for this point of the episode. It's been quite an interesting jog so far. Again, almost died very early on. We're starting to make our way into the Wild West here, and so we have a few zombies heading our way. Let's give them some space if possible. Oh, they're doing a beeline, and now they're doing a U-turn. Okay. Go down this way a bit. I think that one almost saw me. Oh, now they're coming right towards me. I should be able to walk faster than they shamble though, so as long as I keep moving and they don't see me, I should be okay. It's kind of spooky though, because this constant wind sound effect that's happening sounds a lot like a zombie. This is a good time to test out our keen hearing. Eyes open ahead as well, we don't want to walk into a pack. Okay, so we know roughly where the zombie is. Let's see if we can't track it. Is that our view range? Okay, so that's out of the view. That's our keen hearing. Okay, good. So we have an idea. You know, it's probably about to break, but the chef's knife has lasted longer than I expected it to, so I'll take it. It's been a pretty nice little starter weapon for us. How is the utility? You know, the condition isn't terrible, actually. I guess the chef's knife is... Oh! Oh! Hey now. Okay, we're gonna go west of that area. Especially with our super high exertion right now. We have excessive exertion, so we can barely walk, let alone jog, which means we are too slow to do anything. And if these zombies decide to even start walking towards us, we are hosed. So I'm gonna try to make a little bit of separation here. And hopefully they don't start walking my way, and I can actually sit down and catch my breath a bit. I didn't realize how exhausted my character is. I knew we were tired, but come on. Okay. There's another pack. Okay, they're going to push me a little bit south, I think. So it seems as though I am getting close to a town, and the town looks like it has been inhabited by a large horde of zombies. So I'm drink all this chicken broth for now. My thirst level is not decreasing as much as I hoped it would. I'm starting to think the chicken broth didn't do anything for thirst, just hunger. So that might have been a bit of a mess up there, but that's okay. Yeah, let's keep moving up here. I'm gonna sit down for a moment and try to recatch our breath. Sit on the ground, see what happens here. Pretty sure the path next to me here looks like, yeah, this dirt path. I think it crosses the town a little bit to the northwest. So if I keep heading just directly northwest or straight up on my screen, then we hopefully have the option of bypassing this large horde. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what else to do. I would like to get rid of this extra weight as well. Well, pain, maybe not pain right now. I don't really want to get rid of anything else. Maybe equip one of these trash bags secondary. We can put a few items into it to maybe lighten the load. Yeah, that'll do it a little bit. Keep the frying pan handy and the rib sheets. Put all the food in there and the pencil eraser. non-essentials we'll throw in there for now. 10 kit, that's a big one. That's 3 kilos, so... Yeah, see, it doesn't really drop it a lot. It drops it a little bit. Every little bit helps, though. Here, we're just going to rest until we can actually jog a little bit, because we wouldn't be able to outrun any of those hordes of zombies if it came to it. Okay, I'm going to wait just a bit longer. We are now no longer exhausted or even mildly exerted, but we're starting to get thirsty, which could be a very big problem here. Okay, let's get back up and just keep going at it here. Keep in the dusty trail here northwest. The idea is that once we meet up with our gang, hopefully we'll have more resources, maybe some vehicles, so we'll have a lot more mobility around the map. But, you know, no Western story would be complete without an aimless wander through a desert full of the undead. I don't know about the undead part, but, you know, the rest of it sounds pretty Western to me. On that note, we're going to have to chalk around yet another group of zombies that I really don't want to fight right now. So let's go over here. Okay, looks like they're headed back to the north. So we'll go northwest. Again, they don't seem to see me if it's about a half a screen away. And it's still nighttime. It's 4 in the morning here. Sun should be rising in a couple hours. See how that works out. Oh, wow. I thought that was a tree for a second. That's a pack of 4 zombies just chilling. So let's go around those as well. We're already getting tired again. Which now we have the age-old issue of exerting ourselves to avoid fighting leads to higher thirst. Higher thirst means we're not as good at fighting. So, something to be concerned about. Yes, we are now officially dehydrated. But we do not want to fight all that group, so we're going to just avoid them. Ooh, here comes another pack. Okay, well, good lord. Okay, we're starting to get surrounded. Let's go back down south a little bit. I think we're going to have to fight at least 1 or 2 of these guys. So I'm going to stop running. Okay, we'll go around if we can. Getting a good feel for kind of the scale of this map, though, which is quite large. Of course, when you're moderately exhausted and thirsty, everything just seems like it's a bit more of a daunting challenge. Do I have any food that does thirst? Or am I now officially in hunger-only territory? I think I am. We can drink maple syrup, but I can't imagine that does anything for thirst. Good calories, though. We're now at the whims of the desert. So we'll see what happens here. Again, I need to get lucky more than anything else here. I could drink groundwater, but that is tainted. So if I don't boil it, we'll be in a whole mess of trouble, and I don't think it's worth it, especially considering my character is prone to illness. But on that note, I need to swap this bandage out. Mentioning the prone to illness, slow healing thing. Okay. Okay, it looks like another horde has started to move to the west, so maybe I can get behind them. Oh my goodness, they keep kind of double backing. This is rough. I wish they would just pick it up. I'm gonna have to fight this guy. Well, maybe not. Maybe he'll just ignore me. Again, it is still quite dark. You have the cat eyes trait and kind of a very light moon. Looks like almost a full moon here, so possibly the reason I'm seeing so well at night. Also, you know, multiplayer server, Wild West, so I'm sure they don't want it to be pitch black for people playing. Quite wet, but we are cooling off, which is nice. Let's see if I can't avoid this zombie. Looks like he's seeing us, possibly. Let's keep moving. Looks like he's seeing us. Oh, hey now, we're gonna avoid these guys. Activate jogging mode yet again. Okay, looks like they stopped moving. We might actually be able to just outwalk him altogether and leave him in the dust. So again, we keep looking ahead, just check where these little packs of zombies are headed. kind of just finding a little bit of a wave, so to speak. We're riding this wave between groups of zombies. It's a very unnerving kind of thing. I don't know why. It just seems like in a way it's almost creepier than if you had dense foliage. In the normal Zomboid map, there would be packs of trees, and you wouldn't see any of these zombies. Of course, they wouldn't see you either. Ooh, I'm gonna have to run to get through here before this window closes on me. Yeah, see, these guys are about to cut me off, I think. It's kind of funny. It's actually like almost like a herd mentality, like, you know, herding cattle. So a little bit more of a cowboy vibe going there, I would expect. I'm gonna try to get around these folks before they stop or cut back to the south here. Again, we're trying to be diligent with our energy usage. I do not want to be any more than moderately exerted, because we need to keep sort of burst strength available if and when we need to outrun a group that has seen me. For now, though, I think we outwalked the one guy that was following us, and not doing too bad. Of course, I have almost no idea where we are. Might be a good time to pop the map open and just take a peek here. Oh, there is a road. That's going to help. Okay, good. Actual asphalt road over here, and what looks to be a little structure next to it. So you know what, we might stop in there, and that might be where we call it for this particular episode, because this might not be a bad place to kind of hole up for the evening or the afternoon. We'll take a little siesta. So if we can get around this group of zombies that's walking directly towards me, and hopefully not see a bunch infested this area. A couple small homes here with garages. But it is something, and we're at a crossroads nonetheless, so even better. Let's see, I would like to get into this house if it's an option, so let me check. Looks like it's doable. There's a couple zombies outside. You got a fenced area, a lot of zombies walking around in there though, so that might be a different option. Ooh. Actually, that might be the better option. I see more zombies out back than I was planning on fighting. Yep, this looks like an actual town. Some very improvised defenses, but possibly some liquids over here that we can enjoy. So let's go check this out. Again, I do get those kind of Fallout vibes. It's a little bit of Fallout New Vegas kind of vibe with the sort of sepia-toned desert environment, zombies walking around, kind of like ghouls, if you will. Let's take a peek at the store. Okay. Do some clothes shopping here, update the wardrobe a little bit. Could use a better shirt without a hole in it. And honestly, I could use some more. Oh, hey now, let's get away from that pack. Close the door for now. We'll avoid them altogether if possible. And yeah, let's see if we can't find just a slightly better shirt to wear. Suit and jacket. No. Suit and pants. Why is this one better? It says it's better, so we're going to wear it. Okay. What did that replace? Oh, nothing. We just added it to the wardrobe. Okay. Well, that's going to make my guy super hot. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that. Fancy shoes. Sneakers, things of that nature. I'm going to crouch because I know there's like a horde of zombies just like walking by here. So... it's getting very bright in the afternoon, it seems. Formal shirt. Let's wear this. Yeah. See, this will replace the one with the hole in it. Excellent. Okay. So we did replace our shirt. We've already got a trench coat rocking here now. Let's see. Does this trench coat have any holes in it, though? I think we're good for now. Yeah. Everything is wet, but it'll dry off very quickly. Wet mostly from the sweat from our character. It's been quite hot. What are the odds? Hot in the desert. Who would have thought? Check the officer. Oh! Oh, is this water? Oh my goodness. Water dispenser. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, this is perfect. Yes, yes, please. We're gonna drink the delicious nectar of the gods here. I want to grab that whole jug of water, to be honest. I mean, that is a get. We'll clean the dirty rag. And on that note, we need to probably switch these out anyways, so we'll switch our bandages. It looks like we're starting to scar over. The wound is no longer red, it's kind of a gray color. Clean that rag as well. How much water does this have? I mean, might not be a bad time to clean up, to be honest, so we'll do that. This is sacrilege, waste of water, but not a bad idea to clean ourselves up here. So we're gonna get a brief clean. Should I clean up all the clothes and everything too? All clothing. We might do all clothing, clean it all up here. How am I exhausted? Oh, I'm getting hungry, I see. Yeah, okay. How much water is this taking, though? This is the question. 228. Yeah, we'll wash up. It's a rare opportunity. And then honestly, I think we might call it here for the time being. We have a little bit of a checkpoint that we can use to rally the troops and hopefully get a little bit more of an indication of where our base is. But we made it pretty far today. We made it all the way from the Rusty Rifle in the Blue Town. Ventured through this little hacienda around the corner. We did some foraging. We almost got killed by about 3 or 4 hordes of zombies. And now we are in an old clothing store in another unmarked town. Let me check another map here real quick. Alright. So I'm pretty sure I have an idea of where we are going. Let's grab a little bit of a snack here. Drink a quarter of our jug o' maple syrup. Yeah, this is very dense calories, so that'll help. Plus this will lighten the load for our character. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, folks. Is this all food? This is all gardening. Okay, hold on. I was about to end things, but this is actually... Grab a trowel for digging. I mean, this is literally the mother load for gardening. We got trowel, we got seeds, cereal, coffee. Chocolate chips? Are you kidding me? We'll grab the chocolate chips. Why not? We got a garden saw. We'll grab that. Strawberry seeds. This is a really nice find. Okay, we'll grab the hand axe as well. I mean, look, a seed bag? Can we actually equip the seed bag? We'll grab it. Definitely grab it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is some really good finds. I wasn't really planning on specializing in farming, but this might change things a bit. We got a watering can, hand scythe. I mean, I'm not really sure what tomato paste helps us with, but it's something. A shovel, which is actually fantastic, and a snow shovel. Both very good melee weapons. Let's grab the shovel here. This in both hands. It will break soon, but we'll keep that for other uses. Actually, let's stick with our chef knife for now. I mean, we're massively overloaded, but I would feel crazy not to grab some of these items. CK hand torch. Very small hand torch. Grab that. And I think that's all we're going to grab for now. There's a lot of stuff to be gotten here. This is a great find, though. Unfortunately, we are now very heavy load, and we will start taking damage, so we'll have to figure out a better bag. So let's back away from all those zombies. I didn't like that at all. We're gonna just duck into this particular room here. We can sit on this chair, take a little rest. Okay, quick addendum. It sounds like the zombie might have followed me into the... Yep. Okay, hold on. Not as safe as I thought it was gonna be. This could be bad. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably run through here. Hold on. Is this a horde? We're running, we're running, we're running, we're running. Oh, I fell over. That's okay, that's okay. I scratched my left thigh. Okay, we're going to bandage that up whenever we can. We have a split second here that we can bandage this up. This is not good, folks. Okay, close the door. Okay, they're stuck in there for now. And we're moving. And hopefully they didn't hear me fall over. We're gonna have to leave that zombie in the dust as well. Okay, I got a little optimistic there, folks. We need to get out of Dodge. Fun fact, Dodge is a city, and a lot of, criminals would have to get out of Dodge. So that's, a little Western etymology for you there. Looks like I might still be able to outwalk zombies, but our movement speed is highly reduced. So we need to start dropping some things as we go. What do we not need? I don't need the shovel. The hand scythe, we're going to drop that. Watering can. Oh my goodness. I dropped my bag. Dropped my garbage bag back in that room. I had all my other food in it. Well, look at that, folks. So sometimes it happens. We just need to find a slightly safer place to call it an episode here. So give me just a moment. Addendum here. Still have our important things. We got seeds. We got at least chocolate chips and our maple syrup. So we dropped our bag of goodies, but that was not essentials. I had the tent kit. I'm trying to think of what else is actually in that bag. Nothing crazy important that I can recall. We have our Remington, which is the big dog that we have here. Maybe if I wasn't followed. Okay, yeah, we should be able to call it here in this house. So, oh, I think I just claimed this as a safe house. Hold on. Yes, I did. Okay, well, temporary safe house. We'll call this. Again, totally open. Could at any point be swarmed with zombies, but for now, we'll say that this is a little mini safe area, and hopefully we don't get swarmed again. So again, a bit of a shocking development there. We have a new injury on our thigh, but I think that was just from falling over, so that should not be from a zombie themselves. And thankfully we kept all the essentials on us. We have our hammer. The only thing we dropped was a few seed packets, and unfortunately we dropped our saw and our trowel, but those are just tools. We can find more of those later on. The seeds are actually probably the biggest thing to find, and we know where we found them, so that's even better. Okay. I think this is as good a time as any to actually call it a day for the episode, so let's try this one more time without getting swarmed by zombies. Let's check these. Ooh, hey, a fanny pack. Wear that on the front. Doesn't hurt. And can I wear this? That replaces the long sleeve t-shirt? I don't think we're going to do that. Okay. We now have a cool fanny pack we can store seeds and tweezers and things in. Some backup chocolate chips for snacking purposes. And who knows, maybe the garbage... You know what? Actually, no, one of these garbage bags went back to my inventory. Excellent. So we do still have all of our other stuff. It just got unequipped when we fell over. Good. Okay, so we'll put all this in the fanny pack. So black sage. Now it is full. Can we throw the pencil in? No, we can't. Okay. Alright, well, even better. We still have some of our cool stuff. Alrighty, folks, I think that's going to do it for this particular episode of Tallidus Plays. So again, if you made it this far, please feel free to like and subscribe to keep up with our adventures here in the world of Project Zomboid in the Wild West. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.